Nürburgring, notorious for changeable weather.
It'd be the best place in the world to drive when the car's working and the weather's good, but when the weather's bad and it's getting dark, it's quite a scary place to be.
Everybody in the pit lane is racing against the circuit. And the biggest challenge is making sure you don't bump into any other cars or have an accident.
I think it's one of the toughest races. Expect always the unexpected. It's all about pacing, not just the car but the team as well.
Personal strategy is don't take any risk because we want to finish.
Unless we finish the race, it's not an achievement at all.
For us, it's about proving out our road cars, because these are very close to the road cars, and having a reliable, competitive, consistent car.
Our cars can run smoothly and quietly for normal conditions in cities, in the countryside, and they can go on a racetrack just as well.
A lot of the road cars do a lot of their durability testing here, but I think it shows the company's got some passion as well, and they love making their cars faster and more exciting to drive.
Aston Martin has to show that the car is reliable and that you can achieve a good result here.
Well, in qualifying we were 44th quickest car, but because the field split up into 3 different sections, we're actually sitting on position 21.
You can feel this atmosphere. I would expect we have 250,000, 300,000 people around the track.
On our warming up lap, there'll be people all the way around the circuit. They'll be banging on the car, banging on the roof of the cars and waving and shouting and screaming. It's just an amazing atmosphere. Absolutely incredible.
The team wants to try and set our own pace, and then we stick to that and stick to a plan, and then if the plan's good, at the end of the race it all comes together.
The strategy for the team is to be quick but be very reliable and don't take any risk because we want to finish.
During the start, we basically do a slow first lap, and then I'll pretty much let people go so I get a little bit of space before I get going.
We consider this race to be the ultimate sign-off of our cars, and that's why we're here racing a nearly standard V12 Vantage in this, the most tough of all endurance races, really. It's not a sprint race, a 24-hour race. You always have to think about fuel consumption. You have to think about the tires. You can't ruin the car in the first lap.
New V12, to compare the race car with a road car, in essence the cars are very, very similar to the production cars.
They're in effect the same, so we use the same engine.
The gearbox is completely standard, the bodywork is standard. All we've really done is remove the trim, put in some safety equipment.
An owner of a V8 or a V12 could jump in the car and they would definitely feel the similarity and recognise that sort of bloodline.
We're 4 hours into the race. Our 3 cars are all running mechanically perfectly. We set a target lap time and a target fuel consumption. The drivers are hitting that perfectly. The car should just stotch up the places if we keep this constant pace.
Number 7, this is Elwood, the blue, the new V12 engined Aston Martin Vantage. This is as close to a production car as you can get. See a car come in, taking part of this kind of level with pump fuel going into the place where you would fuel your car. There's something impressive about that.
Gone perfectly, I think, so far. We haven't really had any problems. It's running at the speed that Graham wanted, using the fuel that Graham wanted to use.
And we've settled on a pace, it gives good fuel consumption. Dr. Betts is in the car, we'll check it at the next stop.
The guys from the workshop that run the car, they're just superstars.
Most of these guys are here for the 4th time now, so it's all about pacing not just the car but the team as well.
It's a real opportunity for them to demonstrate exactly what they do in public in a brilliant tactic.
The atmosphere completely changes at night. You can't relax until the end, but if you get through the night, then you kind of feel like you're getting somewhere.
Both our V8 cars now up into 1st and 2nd in the GT4 class, which is great. And the V12 Vantage is now 34th overall and 2nd in its class as well.
Chris is out on the track now and he's saying everything is fine. So it was really quick on the straight, so really enjoyed it. The engine got a lot more power now with fresher air. Not tired yet, maybe tomorrow.
Kind of at the stage everyone looks forward to, really. It's just starting to get light, so I think everyone was feeling pretty groggy as the night drew on, but as soon as the sun starts to come up you get a bit more energy.
It's nice when it gets light, because obviously everything opens out, you know, your field of vision gets that little bit better.
I had a little bit of uncertainty. The car is brand new. We had not much miles and not much laps on this, and the car on the roads here, it's absolutely marvelous. It's great. It's easy to drive, and maybe this encouraged me also here on the racetrack. So it's good.
The car's running okay, and we're now 1st in the class.
We're also holding 1st and 2nd in the SP10 GT4 class as well, so exactly where we dreamed we would be at this stage.
So our battle now really is with the Lexus that's catching us up.
I guess at some point it may get past us.
They're about half a lap behind us and catching us just a little bit, so it could be a fascinating battle for the next 10 hours.
Some of the hills here are quite steep. This thing just romps up the hills and romps down the straight.
The punch that the car's got out of the corners is just incredible.
Well, our main rival in the SP8 class was the Lexus, but that's parked in the garage now. It's been in there for some 40 minutes having an alternator change, so it's taken a lot of pressure off the class position.
Fought sometimes very hard with the Lexus here, trying to catch the #1 position, but unfortunately it was not too reliable. So
the sensible thing now is just to ease off a little bit to protect that class position, but always a bit tempting is maybe a few more places higher up the finishing order.
We don't need to drive quite so hard, which will be better on fuel, so we can probably go a lap longer, just sort of calm things down and try and get to the end, really.
This is the time of the race when you really hope that everybody gets a reasonable crack at getting to the end. Really feel sorry for anybody who's got to this stage, got through the night, the car's going nicely, and then all of a sudden, clunk, clunk.
First and foremost, the expectations are to get all the cars home.
You never know, there's sometimes some things that happen that you can't predict.
It may not be our car that is having an accident. We could be involved in others.
Failure or puncture or something at the wrong point in the circuit, it can make a world of difference.
We're confident, but it's a hell of a long way to go.
Although it's hard work and your drivers are tired, they've been up all night, there's a little bit of the adrenaline that's going to be forcing you on to say, come on, let's do it.
We're coming up to the last hour of the race now, and the team are just running on adrenaline, I think. We're still holding our first in both of the classes. It would all mean almost nothing if we didn't finish.
The time goes in a flash, actually. Honestly, it goes so quickly, it feels like 20 minutes or something.
Well, I really don't think that could have gone much better. We've got the first in the SP8 class and first and second in the SP10 class, and the customer team entry also got fourth in the SP10 class. The car we raced is very similar to the showroom spec car, so our customers can see that this is a truly great Aston Martin that's going to take its place amongst the greatest sports cars we've ever made.
Really a fantastic result, showing the reliability of Aston Martin cars.
when I was in the car was absolutely great.
To be part of this team, but it is a big family. Everyone loves the cars, they love what they do, and they put absolutely everything into making the cars get to the finish.